Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and I'm joined by Nemo's back end for this video. I don't know why. Let's flip him over. Hey, how are you doing? Love you. And in this video, we're going to talk, ow, your nails. What's the nails, Nemo? This is what I have to deal with, like, every day. So I shift the gears and Nemo decides hug my okay, now he's back. I'm sorry. Nemo's being complicated right now. Wait, Okay. Anywho, Batman we're intro now. Batman's dead in Gotham Knights. But are you really playing as Batman in Arkham Asylum? Is another question of the day. So, I don't know if you read much about the new Batman games, Gotham Knights. I call it Batman game for simplicity's sake. The truth is, as far as we've been told, this is actually a Batman game in which you don't play as Batman. Batman's dead. So instead, you play as 4 members of the wider Bat family. In fact, this is probably what you've been reading about if you have been reading about the game. So yeah, you're going in Gotham Knights. We're going to play as Batgirl, Red Robin, and Nightwing. Those are the 4 members that this article is referring to. This is super interesting, I think. Gotham Knights is already a Batman game, not made by Rocksteady, but it doesn't have the main character either. As far as we've been told, I'm intrigued to see the results, but the whole discussion has been made me think about the first Batman game in this series, Arkham Asylum, and how you definitely play as Batman in that, except when it comes to my favorite moment in the game, which is the point at which the relationship between player and on-screen avatar becomes a little more complicated. First off, I want to say that I've heard, and I'm going to go with this until I hear something else. Gotham Knights, outside of using Batman and some of the or having Batman in it for like who knows how long, and some of the Bat family members that may or may not have been in the Arkham series, this Gotham Knights thing is a standalone thing. It's not in the same game universe as Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight and Asylum. I think I might have said Knight twice. Anywho, it's not in the same continuity as the Arkham games. Sure, Bruce Wayne Batman is dead in this, and that's the only thing that this game has in common with the Arkham games, because in Arkham Knight, Batman does die. But outside of that being the only thing that's in common, really, Gotham Knights doesn't have any relations to the Arkham series in terms of continuity. So Gotham Knights is its separate universe, and the Arkham series is its own separate universe. In a way, the Arkham series is on its own Earth, and Gotham Knights is on its other Earths. That's the best analogy I can come up with, because Earths are different dimensions, universes, parallel universes. I don't know. I'm going to shut up and continue. Firstly, yes, a lot of games complicate this relationship. You can control characters in GTA, for example, when you are driving on to a mission. They're talking, and they're saying stuff that is probably a surprise for you, the player. So there's a gap to ponder. And sorry, notification. they're saying stuff that is you're the people on the screen, and you must be because you tell them when to duck, when to reload. But they have a silver of a life that you would never quite get control of, because if you did, the game's narrative wouldn't work. Okay, I'm confused where this argument is going, to be honest. Back to Batman. Batman talks to Oracle and what have you. And that's fine for the most part, because you're the one sneaking him through vents and deciding in which order to take down goons. But then at certain points in the game, Batman encounters Bane, and after defeating Bane, he's disturbed about something. Like a bit part doctor in a million soap operas, he decides he has to do more tests. He needs to get to the Batcave, but he's trapped on Arkham, isn't he? This is it. My favorite moment in Arkham Asylum. In any of the Batman games, in fact. You go to Dead Man's Point in North Arkham, a lovely bit of theater that takes you away from the main stomping grounds of the narrative, and also gives you the melancholic view of Gotham itself, separating by water. You dive, or rather Batman dives, because we're in cutscene territory. From the cliff edge, and then swishes, you are being scanned by lasers, and a wall of rock reveals a secret door. You you walk through into a corridor of electric lightning, through the shimmering wall of water. Another lovely moment, and wow, you're here. A second Batcave on Arkham Island. There are a lot of reasons why this works. The theatric staging of the reveal, the growing awareness that Rocksteady is so comfortable that Batman's road that is willing to create its own elements. The sheer star power of actually being in such a hollow place, all fine, but the real reason it works is because it's more complicated, I think. The Batcave reveal works because the Batman knows something that you don't. That he has a cave on the island in the first place. He knows something you don't know, which is weird because aren't you Batman in the first place? Isn't that the premise of the whole game? Years ago, I was taught about this concept, dramatic irony. Dramatic irony, I was told, is one of the most complex tools a writer can deploy. Dramatic irony occurs when the people in the audience know more than the people on screen. To use a simple Hitchcock example, two people are talking on a table, but only the audience knows there's a bomb underneath the table, and it is counting down to the explosion. Dramatic irony. At table level, is all chart. It's all chats about holidays and what the weather's like. Below the table, though, we, the audience, are screaming, "Get away! Stop talking! Don't even tip! There's a bomb, you idiots!" Okay, dramatic irony rarely needs a bomb in order to work, but it's rarely used only to create suspense. Maybe one character has had an affair, and we know about it, but their partner doesn't. Maybe the kids come home from school, and we know what they got in a test, but the parents don't. Maybe we don't know they earned class president or got expelled. The Batcave sequence works because of a sort of reverse dramatic irony. Batman knows something, and he hasn't shared it with us. All this time, he knows there's a Batcave on the island, but we didn't know until we didn't need to know until now. Even though we are him, sorta. So he has this internal life that we are not privy to. There is him without us. You get this in the movies too. Caper movies that are particularly rich in it. The audience think Danny Ocean's con failed, but only because Danny didn't let us in on the true nature of the con in the first place. We followed him right until he got into the Beligo's fault, and then he pushed us aside a bit and worked a solitary magic. I'm gonna skip the next bit because I don't feel like that really adds anything. I'll also be linking this article in the chat and pin comment section below. So if you guys want to read this, you guys can. I'm gonna read. You know what? I'm gonna read the next part anyways. But you never know. But you know where I'm going with this. That's fine. But we never really thought we were Danny's Ocean up until that point. The film is exploiting a separation of protagonist and audience that everyone understands from the start. Arkham Asylum is a bit different. Games are a bit different. And I'm tempted to say that Batman is a bit different in general. We're not just playing characters in these games. We're playing a character who is already storied, already deeply famous, already sloped around the lore. Arkham Asylum's greatness, then, it doesn't always allow us to be Batman. Sometimes we need to be near Batman while he does something cool that surprises us. Maybe Gotham Knights is drawing from a deeper well after all. So I think I get this article's argument that there are some moments when like we aren't exactly Batman per se. Like in Arkham Asylum, we get to control Batman, and actually in all four Arkham games, we get to control Batman. In some cases, we get to control Catwoman, Nightwing, Harley Quinn, Arkham Knight, Robin. But they know stuff that we don't know. And when we find that thing out, it surprises us. So to that extent, I can understand. Sorry, Nemo, if I'm being too loud. To that extent, I can understand that point. But we're still essentially Batman. Like, we understand that the player understands that they're not Batman in real life. Like, we're controlling Batman, sure. Like, things like Batman, or like Batman games for the most part, like the Arkham series, or the Telltale series in general, or like the Kingdom Hearts series, or the Ninja Turtles games, or like the Marvel Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima. We understand that there are times when we can't control the characters because there will be cutscenes. And sometimes in said cutscenes, we're going to get surprised because the character knows something that we, the audience, doesn't. And it's the writers that does it purposely that way. But also, as we're playing as the character, no matter which character, there may be surprises that we'll discover along the way as we're controlling that character. So, like I said, I get this person's argument, but to a certain degree, I feel like this person's argument could be like washed down by saying, "Well, we can't." Us, the audience, are sometimes surprised as we are playing the character. We might discover stuff that we may not know. Like, for example, keeping in Batman, Arkham Knight, in the clock tower. In the clock tower, we can see Batgirl's costume. We have to do the decoding thing, or the unlockable thing. I have to unlock this door with one of Batman's gadgets to unlock it. And that moment's like, Oh my god, that's so cool. They're acknowledging Batgirl. I mean, they kind of already did by having Barbara Gordon as Oracle, because she got shot by the Joker, and if memory serves me right, all the times when Barbara Gordon has been Oracle, she was once Batgirl, I'm sorry. But that was the first time that we got a direct reference or direct pun, to my knowledge, that Barbara Gordon is Batgirl. And then later on, we got a DLC that we got to play Batgirl and Robin in the said DLC. I think it's called Family Matters. So I get what this person's saying. It's just like there's an argument where we can be surprised too, stuff like that. But I get what this person's saying. Anywho, what do you guys think about this article? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another, and I'll catch you guys later. Later, taters.